Hey, hi everyone. How are you guys doing today? Can everybody hear me? Okay, so it's 8 p.m. right now. It's 8:02 right now. So I'll just begin. I'm waiting for other people to join in. Just going to start in the next 2 minutes. Meanwhile, how are you guys doing today? How is your GRE preparation going on? So you can use your chat buttons to actually type in and let me know that, what are you doing? Like, how are you following the preparation plan? Do you have any queries or doubts, or you're stuck somewhere? And I'm going to help you out. So today the session is mostly going to be about how are you going to plan your GRE preparation for the next 3 months. So people who are aiming to fly abroad, whether it is US, Canada, UK, wherever you want to go, and you're planning to go in next fall, that's fall 2021. So ideally you have to start applying, like the round one deadlines are somewhere going to be in the month of October. So before that you have to get done with your GRE, you have to get done with your TOEFL or IELTS, whatever you are planning to give. So this video is all going to be about how are you going to plan your preparation. So stay glued. I'm just going to start in the next 2 minutes once everybody joins in. Hi, Islam. Hi. So you can tell me, like, you can use your chat buttons meanwhile and let me know that, which section in GRE you are facing the most, difficulty in a particular session, and I'll be able to address you out. And this session is just going to be for 10 minutes. Okay. So 10 sharp minutes, I'm going to explain you the plan. And next we can keep, 3 minutes to answer all your doubts and queries. People whom I'm not able to answer any doubts or queries, what you can do is you can go to the comment section, put up your doubts, and I'll make sure that I reply to all the doubts that's there. Okay. All right. So just 2 more minutes, waiting for other people to join in, and we begin. Yes, Islam. Yes, yes, yes. So in the preparation plan, I am going to discuss about verbal section. Like as I begin, so I'm going to talk about verbal section. I know I have taken a lot of consultations, people who are struggling with preparation plan, how to score. Some of the people who have already given GRE, and they are looking for improvement in the score. So I've taken met a lot of people over Zoom call, and every other person has told me that verbal is the area which I'm struggling. Like I haven't got a single person who told me that I'm struggling with maths. Hey, hi Ankit, how are you doing? So Islam, answer to your question, yes, I'm going to discuss about verbal section today. Like how are you going to crack verbal? Also, for people who actually want a one-on-one mentorship session, so what you can do is the description of this live that is there, you would see a link which says that Zoom mentorship session. Okay, so all you have to do is you have to go to that link, or and you have to submit your details, and you would get an email regarding a session, one-on-one session with me, wherein I can come along with you on a 15 to 20 minute Zoom session, and I'll be able to solve your doubts and queries at a personal level. Okay, so that is something that majority of you guys can do. Okay, so this is another thing. Or else what you can do is you can drop an email to me on greking@gmail.com. Okay, once you drop me an email, I'll personally get in touch with you, and we'll schedule a time, okay, wherein you guys can come on board and talk to me for around 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, so these are the two options. Both the things are given in the description below, so you can do that. Okay. Okay, Ankit says that this quant is same level as you post. Okay, quants, you're talking about the test that's there. Yes, if you're talking about the test, yes, quants is the same level. Okay, so basically, if you're talking about quants, that also I'm going to talk about in this session. The level of quants is not difficult. Only the difficult part is the type of questions are difficult in quants. Okay, so that is something that you have to keep in mind, that the level of quant section is difficult. Okay, so just ensure that the type of questions that are there, you are well versed, like quantitative comparison, then you have numeric entry questions, then you have problem solving, multiple choice. So you should be aware of how do you approach a particular question. That is what is required. Okay. Okay, now let's begin. We are already past that time. So let's begin. Welcome all of you guys once again to this live session of GRE King. Okay, and today I'm going to talk to you about how are you going to crack GRE with a score of 320 plus in the next 3 months. Okay, so any questions, any queries or doubts, you can use your chat buttons to type in. If I skip something, what you can do is towards the end of the session, you can actually put in the comments and I'll be able to help you out. Now let's begin. Okay, so today is June 18th. Okay, June 18th, and you start your preparation like it's already 8 o'clock. You start your preparation from tomorrow. So all the people who are aiming for fall 2021 admissions, whether it is in US, whether it is in Canada, whether it is in UK, Australia, wherever you are aiming your you want to go, all the round one deadlines are going to start in the month of October. Okay, why I'm focusing on round one? October, November is the time wherein majority of the colleges have their round one deadlines. Why I'm talking about this is because if you apply for round one deadline, okay, so if you apply for round one deadline, you are eligible for scholarships. Okay, and that's a very important part. The late you apply, the chance of getting a scholarship decreases. Okay, so that means if you are planning to apply from the month of October, November, you have to get done with your GRE as well as your TOEFL by the end of September, or maximum you can stretch is mid October, like 15th October. Okay, because ideally, lot of colleges are going to have their deadlines in November. Okay, so that is what you have to do. That means you have to take your GRE dates somewhere in the month of September. People who are like, you understand that you are well prepared and you are good to go, then you can take in the month of September, like, initially, like first week. And people who still are not very sure about how they are going to perform, then they can extend it to like, mid September. So if you are going to take your GRE date around mid September, then you have complete 3 months to prepare. Okay, and let me tell you that it's a good amount of time if you know that if you're willing to devote a particular amount of hours in your preparation. Okay, so so somebody is asking me, is it good enough, Magush, 100 word for verbal section? I'll come to that. I'll come to the verbal section and I'll tell you how do you approach it. Okay, now, so if you have these 3 months, okay, what I would recommend is, first and the foremost thing is, you need to start with, like, if you're starting right now, vocabulary, as somebody mentioned, that first and the foremost thing, people who have started the preparation and have not given any mocks. Okay, you randomly started the preparation, you have not at all given any mocks. In your GRE exam, your GRE exam is going to be of 3 hours and 45 minutes. Okay, so along with the test of intelligence, your aptitude, it is also a test of your patience, concentration level, that you have to sit at one place for 3 hours and 45 minutes and appear for an exam. Okay, so that is something that you have to keep in mind, that 3 hours 45 minutes. Start by giving one mock. Now whenever I talk to people, I tell them, give a mock before you begin. What they do is they only start giving mocks before, without analyzing. Okay, so month one, week one, what you are going to do is, you are going to actually first attempt a mock. If you have not given, people who have already given one mock, what you have to do is, you have to start analyzing the mocks, see where you stand, whether you are getting like 290, 300, 305, 310, whatever is your initial score. Don't get depressed that, okay, this is what I'm getting, because you haven't started your preparation. That's the first step. Okay, so week one, month one, what you're going to do is, you're going to give one mock and you are going to analyze the mock. Okay, now how do you analyze a mock? You actually put the questions that you attempted wrong in an Excel sheet and check why did you go, like, why did you do that particular question wrong. Okay, so I've explained in one of my other videos that how do you analyze a mock. So you put there that whether you did that particular question wrong because you did not understand the concept, or whether you did not know the concept at all, or whether it was a time management issue. So that is something that you have to do, and you have to analyze, and you have to come up with certain factors that I was not able to do it because XYZ reasons. And that is how you know that these are your weaknesses. Okay, now next thing, what everybody has to do it for the next 3 months is, whether you like it, whether you hate it, reading comprehension is 50% of GRE verbal. Okay, so all the people attending this session, you have to ensure that you have to put it, whether you don't like to read a reading comprehension, you get bored, whatever XYZ reasons you have to make sure that every day at least one reading comprehension you are actually solving. But before that, in the month 1, week 1 and week 2, what you have to do is I am going to tell you about some of the sources that you can refer. Okay, so I'm sitting with a pen and paper, I've written down all the sources. All of you guys can note down these sources. You have to refer New York Times, Economist, Wall Street Journal, and Forbes. Okay, I repeat: New York Times, Economist, Wall Street Journal, and Forbes. Okay, these are the four sources that you have to refer every day, starting from your week 1 and week 2. All you have to do is you have to read one article every day, 1 to 2 articles every day. Why you have to read 1 to 2 articles every day? Because people who are right now focusing on reading your Times of India, Hindustan Times, people who are like from Bombay, non Bombay, whatever, you are reading your newspapers which is very particular to your state or region, it's not going to help you. Times of India is also not going to help you. Hindustan Times not going to help you. It's an exam which is, it's an abroad based exam that people who create the exam refer these materials. So reading your Times of India and Hindustan Times is not going to help you at all. All you have to do is you have to read articles from New York Times, Economist, Wall Street Journal, and Forbes. Okay, so these are the four sources that you have to focus on. Now, why you have to read from these four sources? First and the foremost thing is language is going to be a little bit which will get you adapted to your actual GRE preparation, like the reading comprehension which come. Second most important thing, any word you come across in your on your phones, what you have to do is you have to install an app which is called as a Merriam-Webster dictionary. Okay, Merriam-Webster dictionary. All the people preparing for any competitive exam which is an aptitude test of your verbal, please ensure that you have one dictionary on your phones and you are using it on a regular basis. So it's called Merriam-Webster. Okay, you can get it on App Store. Any word, whenever you are reading a comprehension or whenever you are reading an article you don't know, all you have to do is you just have to go there, look for the meaning of the word. You would also find lot of synonyms and antonyms of the word. Okay, that will help you to understand that particular word. So that is something that you have to do. First and the foremost thing I told you, give 1 mark. Second important thing I told you, every day read an article from the four sources that I've told you. Okay, now, coming to the vocabulary section. So, in your GRE verbal ability, what you have is you have your text completion, sentence equivalence, and reading comprehension. Okay. Now, vocabulary is going to be, now, for example, I know, for example, I know that, I am good with, say, 2000 plus of vocabulary words. So now the level of vocabulary, people often come and ask me that, how many vocabulary words should I learn? Or how many vocabulary words is sufficient? Now, the correct answer to this question is depending upon what is your level. Now, some of the people who are preparing for GRE are already very good with verbal, like they have been reading a lot of books and novels since a long time, and they already have a very strong grasp of vocabulary. Okay, so now it depends from person to person. Now there would be somebody who is starting from the scratch, who doesn't even know the basic words. So that means you have to, aim on 3000 plus words. And some people might already know the first 1000 words of the 3000 list that I'm talking to you about. Okay, so that depends on your level, but more or less 3000 plus words is something that you have to focus on, that you should obviously know. But those 3000 words are not random dictionary words. Those 3000 words are GRE most repeated words. So on this YouTube channel there is a playlist which is there. I've tried to cover some of the words there. Okay, so there is a playlist, there are 10 videos and there are a lot of words. So those are the GRE most repeated words that you have to focus on. For more videos, what you can do is you can go to the GRE King dashboard. So there is a link given in the description. That's the course link. So if you get access to that course, you would get a dashboard where every week I upload new videos. Right now, the people who have already joined in must see around 18 videos which are there, and every week and try to upload 5 to 6 new GRE most repeated words videos. So there is a link given. You can use the coupon code GRE King 50. I think the turbo course, after using the coupon code, is somewhere around the advanced course is what I would recommend. That's somewhere around 8,000. That's what you can actually avail of. Okay, now let's move ahead to the next section. So this is what I spoke about, the vocabulary section. Now, how are you going to actually memorize vocabulary or understand vocabulary? If you have seen my all my videos, okay, for the GRE most repeated words, you might have seen that I tell you a word, I tell the meaning of the word, and then there are synonyms and antonyms. That's the technique of actually memorizing words, like not actually cramming up words. But if you see any other word in your GRE reading comprehension or text completion, so you would be able to actually relate to the words that you have learned, because you have learned a lot of synonyms and antonyms. It's a technique of bucketing of words. You learn one word and you learn all the words which have the similar meaning around that word. Okay, so that's the approach that you have to follow. Okay, now very, very, very important thing. Some of the sources which I want to give you all before I move ahead. In the link below, in the description below, that's there, you would find written that, get access to free GRE ebooks. Okay, there is a link given. Once you go to that link, okay, you would find a section which says sign up for free material. Okay, it's an orange color section that you will see. It says sign up for free material. Once you go there, okay, and if you sign up for the free material, you would get an email, okay, that will give you access to some of the free ebooks. Now, what are the ebooks that you would get access to? First and the foremost things, GRE King 50 most repeated GRE words. Okay. Second important thing is you are going to get access to a free PDF, which is GRE King 50 must solve text completion questions. And the third thing that you're going to get access to is GRE King 50 must solve sentence equivalence questions. Okay. And there are a lot of other ebooks which will show you that, coming soon. So what I'm going to do is weekly, I'm going to add on 50 must solve reading comprehension questions, 100 must solve arithmetic questions, and 100 must solve geometry questions. So what you have to do is, already you just have to go to that link, sign up for the free material. The three PDFs which I told you are already there. You will get it on your email. You just have to download it. And once it is there on the email, just keep on checking that email every week. Go to that link and you will be able to download the other material also. So that's the preparation material that I am giving you. Go to that link in the description below. It says that get access to free GRE King ebooks. Okay, so now what you have to do is, all the 50 text completion questions that are there in this free ebooks, there'll be options. Right now, out of those options, one is the correct option. Just ensure that all the options that are there, you make a notebook, sit with a pen and paper, and write down all the meanings and synonyms and antonyms of all the options. Or even if you're not writing it down, just find out the meanings, learn the meanings of all the options also. So that's a very good approach towards solving or towards learning vocabulary also. Instead of, like, just learning vocabulary, what you can do is you can get access to the 50 text completion questions. Link is given in the description. And 50 sentence equivalence questions. Try to solve all the questions, and at the same time, all you have to do is you have to learn all the options also. Okay, because those are also the GRE most repeated words. Okay, now that is somewhere how you have to focus on your vocabulary. And I also told you that, to start with, you have to read a lot of articles, get acquainted to a lot of material from New York Times, Economist, and all of those sources, so that you are well versed with your reading comprehension. Now let's talk about, I'm just going to do it for the next 5 minutes. Let's talk about your quants. Okay, so now let's talk about your quant section. Somebody was asking me that quants is at same level of your GRE verbal. For quants, all you have to do is you have to go to the dashboard. Okay, and watch all the foundation videos that are there. What do I mean by foundation videos? Foundation videos is your percentage, average, ratio, proportion, and your Vedic maths. All you have to do is you have to go to the dashboard and watch all the foundation videos. Why? Because you will brush up all your basics. Okay, so brushing up all your basics becomes very important. So that is the first thing that you have to do. Talking about quants, your arithmetic and your geometry, arithmetic and geometry is 50% of your GRE quants. Okay, now what are the things that come in arithmetic is your percentage, average, ratio, proportion, profit and loss. In your GRE, you also come across a lot of word problems. Okay, so first and the foremost thing is, for quants, you have to do is you have to go to the dashboard. Okay, watch all the foundation videos. Once you are done watching all the foundation videos, okay, quantitative comparison, as you guys might see in the playlist that I have on this channel, practice test playlist, I have put up some videos of quants. Those are like, timed test. Okay, once you are done watching all the videos, on your dashboard there are more videos which you can go, and you can actually time yourself and solve all the quantitative comparison and problem solving test. Okay, now what will happen is you would actually come to know that, in the 10 minutes, 1 minute per question, what is your current level, which questions are you getting wrong, which questions are you getting right. Instead of taking like one full mock and actually solving, just go to only quant section. There are quantitative comparison questions. So people who are already preparing for GRE, you know what quantitative comparison is. You have two quantities, and you have some information given, and you, by seeing those two quantities and information, you have to come across with options like, whether both quantities are equal, whether one is greater than other, whether there is no relationship. So that is what is quantitative comparison. So all these tests are there in your GRE King dashboard. The link to the course is given in the description below. So that is one thing that you have to do. Now this is all your preparation phase, wherein, you are getting adapted to how GRE looks like. You are brushing up your vocabulary. For vocabulary, people who are actually starting your vocabulary preparation, Norman Lewis Word Power Made Easy, I would first recommend you to actually go to that entire book and then begin solving anything else. Then you can move ahead with the GRE 50 most repeated words, the free ebook that I told you, that's there. The link is there in the description below. First thing, Norman Lewis Word Power Made Easy. Second important thing that you have to do is you have to go to the dashboard and solve all the text completion and sentence equivalence questions. Okay, so this was your rough plan. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to summarize month wise, so that all the people who are here actually get an idea what you have to do. Okay, so month one, your preparation plan should be, for the 2 weeks you have to read the articles from the four sources I told you: New York Times, Economist, Wall Street Journal, and Forbes. Okay, every day read one article. Any meaning you don't know, go to the dictionary, find out the meaning, and move ahead. Along with that, what you have to do is, in the week one, you also have to give one mock. Preferably give the GRE King mock one on your dashboard. That's going to be really helpful. Moving ahead, what you have to do is you have to finish up Norman Lewis Word Power Made Easy. There are 42 sections. So if you have not done yet, it's a very good book. You can actually solve a lot of exercises in that book. And it's a fun way of learning vocabulary. So that is the third thing that you have to do in the first month. Okay, so these all things have to be done in the first month. And what you have to do is you have to go to the dashboard and solve and watch all the foundation videos. Okay, foundation quants videos, just to get adapted with the paper pattern. Okay, that is what you have to do. Moving to the month two, all you have to do is, month two, we begin giving one mock every week. Okay, so on your dashboard there are 10 GRE mocks. Okay, from the second month onwards, you have to give one mock every week, and you have to analyze it in the form of an Excel sheet. You have to put up all the correct like all the answers that you attempted wrong, and below that you have to also write that, why did you attempt that particular question wrong. Okay, now building a vocabulary, you are not at all going to leave for the 3 months. Okay, so vocabulary is something that you're going to practice every day. Reading comprehension is something that you're going to practice every day for the next 3 months. One reading comprehension every day for the next 3 months is what you have to focus on. Vocabulary every day, start learning 20 new words every day to 30 new words every day, wherever you are. But month one you finish up, month two you come, every week you have to solve one mock, and all the mocks are given on your dashboard. Along with the mocks, from the second month onwards, there are a lot of sectional tests also on your dashboard. So that is something that you have to begin solving. Sectional test means only quants test, only verbal test, which is timed for, like, in your GRE you have 30 minutes for verbal section and 35 minutes for quant section. So those sectional tests are timed in that format. As well as you can solve This all you have to do from second month onwards. Okay, so as well as you have to solve, like, only text completion test, only sentence equivalence test. Okay, so that is something that you have to focus on your month 2, given one full length mock every day and giving one sectional test every alternate day, working on your reading comprehension and working on your vocabulary. Okay, so that's there. Now coming to quants. Okay, quants also, like, since you're preparing, since you're already done with your foundation videos that are there, what you can do in month 2 is you can actually go to the advanced quants videos, which are actually 1 hour of lectures. So you will get 45 minutes to 1 hour of actual quant lectures in your dashboard, which are specific to GRE. So you can watch one video, go and solve a sectional test, watch another video, go and solve a sectional test, so that you can actually relate to what you are actually listening to a video. Okay, now coming ahead, moving ahead to month 3. Okay, month 3 is what you have to do is you have to solve one full length GRE mock every week. Okay, that's going to be consistent. Reading comprehension is going to be consistent, and your vocabulary preparation is going to be consistent. Okay, now every day what you have to do is every day you have to solve one sectional test. Okay, and people who are, like, not par with the mocks, what you can do is from the month 3 you can solve 2 mocks in 1 week. Okay, 2 mocks in 1 week, that is what you have to focus on. And then whatever date you take, so once you take a date, you would be aligned to what you have to do. So people who are very, very, very serious about your preparation, all you have to do is you have to take your GRE date, plan it in advance, so that you have spent 15,000 rupees and you have to study for that. Okay, you have already booked the slots and everything, and you have to prepare for that. Okay, so that is something that I would suggest for the next 3 months preparation plan. I told you that there are free ebooks available. There is a link given in the description below. You can click on that link, sign up for the free material and get access to free books. Second important thing is, for getting access to all the recorded video lectures and dashboards, there is a link again given in the description. You can use the coupon code GREKing50 and you can access that. Third important thing, I've given a link in the description of the Facebook group. Every day, new quiz, new questions, and a lot of new materials are posted, a lot of tips and tricks for GRE. So you can join that Facebook group on a daily basis. You will be able to get access to all of these things. Okay. And last but not the least, anybody who is interested in getting a 15 to 20 minutes one-on-one mentorship session, you can drop an email on grekingforstudents@gmail.com, or there is a link given below. You can fill up your information and I'll be able to help you out with a personal mentorship session. I hope you guys enjoyed this class. If you have any questions, queries, or doubts, and you are stuck somewhere, or you want a personal mentorship session, feel free to drop me an email. And any questions you can actually put up in the comments section. And all the very best for your GRE preparation. Utilize this time. This time is really important. If you follow a proper plan, then you can definitely ace GRE with 320 plus, and I am there to help you out, and I'll be open to any queries or doubts you have. This was all from my end. I'll see you guys for next GRE live session. Do drop in comments and let me know that what topic you want me to cover in my next live video. Okay, so this is all. Bye bye. I'll see you for the next live. Bye. Have a good day.